everybody! So today will be a little bit of a different video than kind of what we've done before, but we get a lot of questions about kind of like how we live in New York, about our apartment, how just basically how it is to like live here, find an apartment, design an apartment, live like in an organized fashion. So we thought we would kind of break it down a little bit and explain how all of that actually happens.
Let's do it.
Okay, so I will link like all of our like New Yorkie videos down below that we've talked about this because we've talked about before like what it's like to find an apartment and everything, so I'm not going to go through that now. But here we'll talk a little bit more about the like design and stuff. So once you find your apartment, okay, then like what do you do when you're in here? One of my biggest tips is when you are looking at apartments, make sure you bring a tape measure and paper and measure literally everything, because you're going to want it. And you're going to want as many of the big pieces of furniture and organizational things that you can have like when you're moving in.
I mean, that's how we prefer it, at least. We want to feel like in and settled as soon as possible, not like get in the space and live like on a beanbag chair.
Right.
Until like you order furniture and it comes in for several weeks. So we pre-plan and pre-designed out almost literally every end of the apartment before we even moved in.
Yeah, so definitely measure everything because, and here's the thing, you have to measure everything because with these old like pre-war buildings, nothing is, what's the word I'm looking for? Symmetrical is the word I'm looking for. Nothing is symmetrical. Like one side of your wall can be like 50 inches, that's not very much. And then the other one will be like 75, and like it looks like it's a square room and it should match up, but it doesn't. Like the windows are like that, like nothing is correct. So you have to measure everything to know what you're working with. And even when you do measure it, sometimes it still doesn't work how you want it to. I've learned that the hard way, but that's definitely the best tip to get you started. Now,
also knock on the walls and see if you think you can hang stuff on them, like if it sounds like hollow or whatever, because
you can't hang on every wall.
In this building, a couple of the walls are like cement.
There's one in my room that's brick that I broke a frame when I was trying to hang stuff on it because it didn't hold.
Yeah, you know, these are just the gems of New York living. Is you know, when we lived downstairs, we had like all this like elaborate stuff planned to hang, but then we couldn't actually put anything in walls because it wouldn't hold. I had like 2 shelves that were up there for like a good year and fall down in the middle of the night once, and that scared the crap out of me.
Alright, so tip number 2, utilize underbed storage, because you will need it, because there is lack of storage in all New York apartments. So that's basically what a lot of this is.
If you have a closet, that's great, because many New York apartments don't even have closets in the bedrooms.
We've been fortunate that we have had closets. Actually,
I didn't.
My biggest closet was our very first apartment. That was a good closet, but this one's tiny.
That was a great closet. The apartment was teeny tiny, but it had a great closet.
That's true.
So,
but there's only closets like in the bedrooms. I mean, in some apartments there are, but we don't have like one out here for like, say like our like Swiffer and like
we don't have like a utility closet,
like
a coat closet. We don't have a pantry.
No.
We don't have like any like linen storage in the bathroom. Like we each have a closet in our bedroom, and that is the extent of like closed storage besides kitchen cabinets.
Yeah, so we use underbed storage. And side note, with our tiny closets, you basically can't have your winter and summer wardrobe out at the same time because there's just not room, especially because with winter stuff, like you're wearing big bulky sweaters because it gets negative degrees here. So you don't have room, so you have to kind of switch back and forth. So that's what I mean by underbed storage. I have bags, these like underbed storage bags from not IKEA, Container Store that I keep stuff in. And then I also have drawers from Container Store that I've stacked up like at the bottom of my closet that I also use, because we both have big like chest of drawers in our room and it's still not enough because there's just not room. So yeah, definitely take advantage of underbed storage, and then also take advantage of the height. Every New York apartment that I've been in has really tall ceilings. That's actually something that's I feel like is kind of rare in other places, but in New York I feel like everything has tall ceilings, so you can utilize stuff,
utilize your vertical
the height.
space. Yeah.
So like we have like our entertainment center stuff, it's on like a high thing behind the camera, you can't see it, so we're able to store things on that. We also added shelves to the windows in our kitchen and our bathroom. You just bought like
the windows are pretty deep.
Yeah.
You know, maybe like, I don't know, a foot or so in depth.
No.
Or maybe half, I don't know, deep enough that a shelf fits. Not like it's not like a flush window up against the wall. So it's inset. So we bought little shelves from Home Depot and stacked them at our windows.
Basically plywood and brackets.
I love how you're looking like you can see.
I know.
Watch our apartment tour video if you haven't, and that will help explain it.
So we're able to store things there. Like that's basically all of our bathroom storage. We do have the like mirror vanity in the bathroom, so we each have a little cabinet to store all of our stuff, but like for extra towels and all sorts of other things,
we had to get creative.
Yeah. You can also, if you're able to hang things on the walls, you can also hang shelves on the walls to store things on as well, if you can use the wall. We learned that.
We don't even have walls in our bathroom.
No, not that we could.
That we can hang. There is no open wall.
Yeah.
One wall is the mirror with the medicine cabinet. The other wall is a window,
And then
the shower
and the door.
And the door.
Yeah.
Like there is no wall space.
Yeah.
So teeny tiny bathrooms, you have to get creative.
And then also another design tip, light colors and mirrors make everything look bigger.
Yeah.
So that's like, we have this mirror on the mantle that you can kind of see right there, and it really makes this space open a little bit,
because our like living area and kitchen it's our whole apartment really is long and skinny. So to make this space that we're currently sitting in feel a little bit wider than it is, we added
a mirror on the wall. And then in my bedroom, you guys have seen I have that huge floor mirror, and that just really opens up my room. We all have white bedding, which is crazy because we have a dog that has black fur that sheds. So
he's over here playing with a toy.
But we keep everything pretty light, which really helps just kind of keep it open and cheery, and there's not a ton of natural light that comes into here, so it helps just like boost the mood a little bit.
The other thing that we're really conscious of when decorating a New York size space is to live as minimalistically as possible. Minimalistically, is that a word? Minimalistically?
Yeah, that's it.
I found it. We just don't have a lot of space, so we have to pick the things that really either bring us joy. What is that book?
I have it. I can't remember.
Whatever. It has to be something that we utilize and we use more than like once a year. You know, like if we just use it occasionally, then it doesn't have space in here. We also keep the decor, you know, minimal, but also things that make us happy. So for example, lots of candles, lots of like succulents to bring a little bit of greenery into the white space that makes us happy, some art prints that make us happy and smile, but not a lot of like tchotchke kind of stuff.
Yeah, no.
It's just A, that's not our real aesthetic, but then B, also we just don't have the space for a lot of stuff. Actually, before we started filming this, I was in Shelby's room kind of helping her redo her like what do you call that, dresser?
Yeah.
Like the top of it, and she just has more stuff than really like fits on it to make it look good. So I was encouraging her to edit, you know, determine like what she wants to be where, because it just isn't working. It has to be functional. It also has to look good and be able to kind of live in the space. So that's kind of how we deal with that.
Yeah, so that's kind of like the design-y aspect. And then we've also had a few questions about laundry and groceries and just kind of like what the lifestyle is here. So in this building that we're in, we do not have laundry in our actual apartment building. There are, or I mean in our unit. But there is one downstairs that the whole building shares. So that's really easy.
It's incredibly rare in New York to have laundry in your unit. Newer buildings may have it, newer construction, but it is incredibly rare.
Yeah.
It is incredibly rare to have a dishwasher, which we do have. So, you know, me personally would rather have a dishwasher than laundry in my unit.
I won't. In the unit, yes.
We hand wash so many dishes at our friend's apartment for years and
3 years straight. Oh, it
we did
sucked.
I will never do that again.
Yeah, no. So the laundry's downstairs. It's easy. We just take we have like our laundry baskets. We just take downstairs, and it's pretty simple. I mean, we're fortunate in this building. There's actually not a ton of people. There's 5 floors and there's only 2 apartments on each floor. So it's not a ton of people, and everyone kind of has their time when they do laundry. It's like an unspoken schedule between like the whole building that like literally no one's talked about, but like it always works out. Like you just like know.
Well, and because we work from home, we take advantage of the weekdays when a lot of people in the building are at work, and we happen to be here. So sometimes we throw loads of laundry in during the day while we're working, whereas a lot of people try to do it on weekends because obviously that's when they're home. It is rare that there's issues. You know, the only time I can remember is when it stopped working for a little bit, and it was like 2 weeks they were broken, and so it would be fixed, and then everybody like obviously needed to do laundry. So that was a little bit of a tooth and nail fight.
It was right when we moved up into this apartment last year, and if you like rewatch like that moving vlog and stuff, that all kind of happened so quickly. We weren't sure like when we were moving in, and then all of a sudden we had to move on this one day, and it was all happening.
I was out of town.
Yeah. So I like hadn't done laundry because we like weren't prepared, and I was like, okay, everything's gonna be gross, so I'm just gonna do like so much laundry as soon as we finish moving in. So like we moved everything in, and like the next day I was like, okay, it's time to start laundry. And I go downstairs, and both washing machines like were broken. They wouldn't work. And I was so annoyed, and then so like I contacted management, and they had somebody come out, but somebody couldn't come for like 2 or 3 days. And then that person came out, and they got back to me, and they're like, okay, it should be fixed. And I went down there, and it wasn't. Like it still didn't work. And so then it was like this whole more saga of like, okay, well, we have to schedule them to come back again, and it was just like a whole big thing. Ran out of underwear, had to go to the store and buy some more. Like it was dramatic.
And in case you're curious, because I would be, as far as how the laundry works, there's 2 washers and 2 dryers. We pay like a monthly fee as part of our rent to utilize them. So like we don't have to have quarters or anything, which is common, you know, for building laundry. So it's just a $15 fee per month per person. That's just added to our rent to be able to use unlimited laundry. So that's how that works.
Yeah. And then we've gotten questions about getting groceries and stuff as well. So basically you can have groceries delivered from any place at any time. Personally, I love going to the store and picking things out myself, and that's how I find like new products that I want to try, because all that stuff's not necessarily always like added online very quickly. I think we've said this before, Alex most of the time gets her groceries delivered, but she also works in an office, so she doesn't have
and she also literally orders the same thing.
Yes.
Like, so it's easy to order online.
Yeah.
I go through phases.
So we just go to the store. We're lucky that we live close to a Whole Foods, which is our favorite grocery store to stop at. I said that
Shop
backwards.
at?
Grocery store to shop at. There's also a couple like local chains that are really close. That's a good thing about New York is within like a 5 to 10 block radius, you have everything you could possibly need, pretty much. And then it's just like little blocks, like all around the city, just like that.
Some of it is big chains, some of it is mom and pop stores. There's a lot of that here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we have pretty much everything we need within very easy walking distance.
You just get used to walking.
You get used to walking. The things to keep in mind is that anything you buy, you're carrying, unless you wanted to get delivered. You can also go shop in the store, and then when you check out, say, I want these delivered, and they'll deliver them to you. We've done that before too, but for a fee. And so usually how I shop is I shop 3 to 4 days worth at a time. And I just remember as I'm putting everything in my cart I'm gonna have to carry this home. So I'm a little bit conscious about the weight, and I try to kind of space out things that I know are really heavy so that I'm not going to the store and buying like bottled water and you know, almond milk was really heavy, or like lots of cans that are really heavy all in one trip, because that's a lot.
We go to the store way more often than you probably do.
Yeah. So that's it. So we shop more often, less per time. And we just carry it all back with us.
Well, I remember a question too was, how often do we take cabs? Not very often. Actually, when I was in school and I was lazy sometimes, or if I was out later with my friends, I would take one home. Not because of like a safety issue or anything, I was just lazy.
We take cabs to and from the airport.
Yeah.
Beyond that, just cabs in the city. I mean, I feel like the last time
when we went to that event, if I know I have to wear heels to somewhere, I take a cab, because by the time you walk to the subway from my apartment, you're like, peace out, I'm done.
I think I took a cab a couple times over the summer. I tend to do it over the summer if I'm walking anywhere that is a little bit further than a few blocks, because it's just so hot. And if it's somewhere that I like need to look nice, and I am just a very sweaty human, I'll take a cab just because that's quick and easy and air conditioned. Besides that, public transportation, either bus or metro. Subway. Why is it metro? Call it the subway here.
We're not in Paris.
Or walking. Yeah, that's how we get around.
Okay, I thought of one more New York question that someone asked, and then one that's not New York related, but I think it would be funny for us to answer. She asked, how long are we like waiting for a table at a restaurant?
That's a good question.
It depends.
Restaurants are very, very small here for the most part.
So basically, I would say like half the restaurants in Manhattan take reservations and half of them don't. So if they take reservations, you need to make a reservation, because restaurants are tiny. If they don't, you have to kind of know when they're crowded and when they're not, or if you're just willing to wait. If it's a restaurant you're willing to wait at, sometimes you can be waiting for like 45 minutes to an hour, especially for Sunday brunch.
Yeah.
That's like a huge thing. Although we tend to do brunch on the earlier side, and you don't have to wait as long, so we tend to go like 10:30, 11, but everyone who like went out the night before, they're brunching at like 12:30 or 1. So you kind of just have to like take advantage of the time.
Yeah, look at when they open. We try to go like for brunch right when they open, and same for dinner too. We'll like make it more like of a happy hour thing with, you know, drinks and appetizers, and do that. It also just kind of depends on where the restaurant is.
Yeah, we tend to stay local just because we're so busy, and by the time like you waste so much time, because if we were trying to go like downtown to like Soho or something to go eat dinner, it's gonna take 30 to 40 minutes to get down there, and then you eat, and then 30 to 40 minutes to get back, and then it's like you've wasted, or not wasted, but it's been like 4, possibly 5 hours. You know, it's a whole process.
We joke it's a day trip.
So we tend to stay local more, except for when we're like meeting friends. Like if it's just like Ashley and I or Alex and like we're all just here, we'll usually just stay local. But if we're meeting somebody, we'll go out wherever. So yeah. All right, so the last question, which I just think is funny. She said, when we travel together, do we ever run out of things to say to each other? Because like it's just us. And this is something that Alex laughs at so much. She's fascinated by this. I don't know how to say this without it being bad, but like we don't talk very much. Neither of us are very talkative people. I would say I'm an introverted extrovert, and I think you are too. Yeah. We're also very observant. So if we're in a room with a group of people, I will talk more than she will.
Yeah.
But both of us are just kind of sitting there and we're taking everything and we're listening to everything. If it's something that like I want to ask or something important to say, I'll say it. Or if someone directly like asks me a question, like I'll talk. She's even less than I am. So when we're together, we don't really talk that much. It's weird because even though we're 6 years apart, we kind of have like some weird like telepathic twin connection. And so we can kind of gauge what each other's thinking and what they're saying, and we have conversations all the time where we'll just be somewhere and she'll just look at me and I'm like, yeah, I know, and like answer like a question, and it used to really freak our mom out. She's like, what is that? And I'm like, we can legit have like a conversation without talking. Now that I spent a lot of time with mom recently, her and I have started becoming like that, so we don't talk very much. And Alex thinks it's weird because like if we're like at dinner and just the two of us, we'll just sit there and like not say anything.
Something to talk about. I'm not ever going to
She's
talk.
not a chatty person.
I'm not going to talk just to talk.
Yeah.
I'm perfectly fine just sitting in silence and observing the world around me.
Same.
I actually love that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there are times when we're out. I mean, not even just traveling, just
Anytime.
and
Because
we'll sit adjacent to each other and not say anything.
Because we live together, so there's nothing really to like update each other on. We see what everyone's doing.
What's going on pretty much. So I don't know.
Yeah. If some people think it's weird, Alex thinks it's weird, but I just don't have anything to say. Cause she asked you, she's like, when you're home, like with your parents, like do you all just sit and not talk? And
kinda.
Well, no, mom's chatty.
It depends.
Mom's chatty. Dad doesn't talk very much. He's like,
particularly during meals.
Yeah.
When we're referencing us.
Yeah. It's Dad's funny. He's like one of those people that, but see, I don't want to say it's because he's not a man of few words. He will talk, but like if we're in like a situation like that, like he won't say anything, but then what he says is like so meaningful, and then you're like,
but that's me too.
Oh, okay. He'll like come in with like these things, but he is a chatty person, so I don't know.
That's funny. Well, because he describes me as you. This is Ashley. She won't say a lot, but what she does say is really important.
Yeah.
He's said that about me before, describing me to somebody.
In this relationship, I'm the chatty one, but then when you put me with other people, I'm not a chatty one compared to other people. So it just depends.
Yeah.
This is funny.
I talk more to this camera than I do to this camera. I'm not gonna lie.
That's so true. It's so true.
If you guys ever meet me in person, I will probably be pretty quiet. Don't be offended. It's just me.
I'm like big on like, I'm good at like texting and like talking like to people on like Instagram. Written communication. I'm really good at that. Like I'll be on that all day, but then you like set me next to somebody and I'm like, hi.
Well, that's kind of the problem with our generation is we've grown up with all of this, you know, technology and communicating that way that we kind of forget how to communicate face to face sometimes. Okay, we've rambled on enough. Poppy's ready for a nap time.
But if you have any more New York specific questions, we can answer more of them. If there's more in-depth stuff that you want us to talk about, anything you want us to film doing, we'll do it. Leave that down below. But make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Where will they subscribe? Right there. And you can watch our latest video right here. We'll see you guys next time. Bye. Bye.